Hello and welcome to a quick Smelly Cat Creations review video. I've been sent this reel of 3D printer filament, it's PLA. It's been sent by Eono. It says by Amazon on the back there. So got this reel of rainbow PLA to test out. Hard to see on the camera there. It's a sort of darker rainbow filament. It's not bright colours, although there is some. You can see some pink there on the edge, and this is a sort of dark. Starts on a dark green. So, initial impression. What we got here? We got temperature printing range 180 to 210, so pretty standard. 25 to 60 on the bed. So usual sort of range for PLA, as normal on a plastic reel. I don't love plastic reels by choice. I much prefer companies that do supply them with a cardboard reel, but you know, this is how a lot of them are made. Hopefully more people will move across to cardboard reels eventually. Yeah, so we've got this rainbow filament, and I'm going to do some test prints with it. As far as 3D printing goes, I don't really like printing stuff anymore unless it's useful. So I'm not really into, I don't really print models anymore, anything like that. I only really like to print things that have a purpose, have a use. So some prints I've just finished doing. It's from my nephew. This is a little snowball microphone, low stand, I suppose. That's just finished printing this morning. So there's a little microphone stand. I like that. It's useful. It's got a use. Has a purpose. And then I just finished printing as well yesterday. This is a custom ECU holder for my uncle's car. So it's got a slide out lid. Slide in. Slide the end in. Then you slide the lid on. And yeah, what you do if you get the right around. These are generally the sort of print I like to do. These are, I like useful things that have a purpose, have a use. So what I'm going to do with this rainbow filament is, I'm putting some sides on my CNC machine. It's got a metal frame that is sitting on, and I'm putting some plywood sides on the side of it so that I can mount stuff on the sides of the machine, like the spanners for the collets, and then I'm also going to put a vernier holder on the side. I use a wireless gamepad to control my CNC and set it up, so there's going to be a gamepad holder on the side, and then the collets and everything are going to go on the side of the machine as well. It's just, I'm trying to work on space saving and organisation, just to keep things tidy. So what I'm going to do is, they'll look nice if I do them in some rainbow. I do love rainbow filament, adds a nice bit of colour. So I'm actually going to set this up to print on my Anycubic Mega X, and I'm going to set this up to print some of the parts that are going to go on the side of my CNC machine. So I shall now go over, I won't do this on camera, I won't bore you with that. I'm going to go into Ultimaker Cura, and I'm going to set up some parts to print on the Mega X, and then I'll come back to you with some feedback on, and show you the parts I've made and how it went with with this filament. So I'll also be leaving links at the end of the video and in the description if you want to purchase some of this. They will be Amazon links, and it will help the channel if you do use the links. But I'll give you my honest feedback on this and whether it prints easy, etc. And we'll go from there. So on to the next part. Thank you. So here are the results from the rainbow parts I've been printing. So like I say, I like to print useful parts. So the finish is like that because I printed it on a raft. You think, well, why did you print that on a raft, Fred? Because you could have just printed that with a brim. Could have just printed that with a brim, but I do like to print on raft. I know it wastes time and filament, but it is without a doubt the most reliable. But anyway, ignore my choice of adhesion. Let's move that out of the way too. So obviously you don't see much of the rainbow in this because it's not used enough filament to really go up through the colours, but you've got a bit of sort of a almost a navy blue there going into a sort of green. These are just for my CNC. I put my cutters in them, keep them inside the machine drawers, and then when I'm running a job I can just take these out. It's got the cutters for the job in it. Nicely done. So there's another, that's a shallow one, and then I've got this taller one, which is, as you can see, it's sort of going from a sort of yellow into an orange. There's that one. And then what I printed, so I had no problems with the filament on these at all. No problems at all. Running it at 210 and on the hot end and 60 on the bed. No problems. I printed off lots of these, so I've got a lot of these. These just screw onto the side of my. I've added I've added a wooden side on the side of my CNC, and these are little hooks to hang my spanners and stuff on. These were the only component I did have a little. I wouldn't say there's no problem, but as you can see, there was a bit of, because I had a lot of these on the bed, like this. There was some string in between them. Other than the bit of stringing though, that was really, they're strong. There's no problems with that. So a bit of stringing, that obviously just needs a bit of tweaking. It's not my regular filament. I've kind of nailed in my settings for my regular choice of filament, and I've just used those same settings for this one. This one, it's a bit more, I'd say that this filament's a little bit more sort of plasticky, but here's my favourite. This is had this on very high infill so that I could get lots of the colours come through on the filament. So I had it with a very high infill to make it, it's quite weighty. I think it's actually up somewhere around, I think I set it to around 75% infill. I wanted to, this was the test, I wanted to really get the colours of the filament coming through. So we've got a nice sort of shade there going from the pink to the purple to the orangey to the green. I love the way it finishes on the green. What I will say is I printed one of these with my standard normal filament, and the ER20 didn't print very well. It didn't really stand out at all on the one I printed before. You could hardly see it, whereas I will say on this one that ER20's come out really nice and clear. So this is just a collet holder for my CNC, holds ER20 collets, and really pleased with that. It's come out beautiful. So yeah, so overall I've tested this reel of filament. I think it's what for my choice of sort of rainbow. I do like rainbow filaments, not for everything, but like this, it's practical, it's got a use, yet it's still added some nice colour to it. And what I do like with this rainbow is, I do like this a sort of darker shade of rainbow. It's not bright. This one's quite bright, obviously, when we've got to this bit here, but a lot of these are sort of darker tones. I like that rather than being fully in your face bright. That one's in the middle. No, I wouldn't say that was in your face. I'd say that's still a nice tone. This one's the only one that's got the sort of the very bright green on it and a bit of that pink. But I will leave links to this filament in the description below, and if you're interested in giving it a try yourself, I think it's well worth giving a go. If you're interested, I haven't tried it on anything other than rainbow, but if you want to try some rainbow, it's not a bad filament to give a go. So thanks for taking a look at that. I have a new video I'm working on for the Works Maker X. Planning to make a sign and try and use almost all of the attachments on that sign. So thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe, and I will see you all again soon in another video.